subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
Let me get Robbie Blue in the building. Robbie, what's up, brother?
I'm like, if anything, instead of the baby, that's the baby oil. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, what I think the fatal mistake that Drake made is the same mistake we've seen all throughout hip hop. If you're a party rapper and you make the mistake of picking on a rapper that has street ties and a conscious vein, like Tupac had a conscious vein in Seventh Foundation, Kendrick has a conscious vein, Nas has a conscious vein. See, because a conscious rapper is somebody that's going to be introspective, so they're going to take the time to dissect you and they're going to have memorable bars. So like, to this day, did Ether destroy Jay-Z? It didn't destroy his career, but everybody remembers it plain as day. So if somebody talking about bots, it's the same thing. Like, I wasn't really paying attention to the beef that much, but once they start going back and forth, I said, "Ooh, Kendrick is like really going in on this dude." And it's like, it's kind of like a meme, sticks and stones may break your bones, but memes last forever. So Drake just basically stepped in a pile of dog doo doo, and he didn't have enough sense to like let it dry. You know what I'm saying, and clean it off. And he could have just went back in the lab and worked on another party record and stayed in his lane. But he made the mistake of thinking he could pick and poke at Kendrick, but he didn't realize, like, nah, man, that's the fatal combination when you have somebody who has a conscious FBA background, but then they also have street ties and they can bring it however you want it. So he basically, fell into that bear trap. I'll land my plane.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, brother Rob. Thank you so much. Real interesting dynamic. Shout out to everybody in here. We're in here deep. We're in here heavy, as we do. We get it in. Shout out to everybody. Uh, Shout out to the non-FBA folks. Usually they start calling in from the UK and Nigeria and all those places. Speaking of delineation, Elon Musk tweeted something very interesting. Elon Musk tweeted, everybody is descendants of slaves or slave owners. Because Sunny Hostin from The View, I think she did some kind of DNA test from what I understand. And allegedly the DNA test shows that she descended from some slave owners or whatever, right, which is common. A lot of folks were sexually assaulted by slave owners. So yeah, well, a lot of us descend from slave owners and slaves. But Elon said, yeah, everybody's a descendant of slave owners and slaves. And you got to watch these little technicalities that these people spew. It's not them trolling. A lot of folks, we hear them say this stuff and we kind of dismiss it. Oh, he's just trolling. He's just saying something. No, they're putting these narratives out there so that when there are tangible benefits on the table, they can circle back and get them. See, this is why the term descendants of slaves, that's a little problematic. I've said that. That's why we use foundational Black American. That tightens everything up to descendants of slaves. I told people for years, that's cool, but other people can latch on to that. Other people can latch on to that. Other groups, they can be like, well, the Irish were enslaved, because they love saying that. Because I saw that in the comments section under Elon Musk. They were saying that. Yeah, my Irish ancestors were enslaved too, which they weren't. It was indentured servitude. So, and they had a contract. They had to work a certain amount of years under the contract. And afterwards, they were paid. They were given some freedom dues. They were given money and land. So they were compensated. So we got to put all of that stuff in perspective when people are talking this gibberish. But we got to watch the language. The language is very important. And we got to watch these folks who come around these grassroots circles trying to revise the language that's going to cripple us. When they try to rewrite certain things and put things in a perspective where the language is going to come back and bite us in the ass. You see, we got to watch that, especially these folks y'all see running around here talking about we should just stick to try to change what the definition of black means. You got to watch that. You got to watch that. That's going to be a major uphill battle. And it's just too far to drive around the block to get to the destination, because you would have to get too many people on board with that. Even the people who benefit from claiming that, you would have to get them on board for not claiming that. So it's just an uphill battle. My thing, just make it simple. We're foundational Black Americans, and that shuts off all the BS. That shuts it down. Just make it real simple and shut it down. All right, let me see. Y'all raise your hand because we do have a lot of people in here. We do have a lot of people in the building. All right, let me see. Uh, let me see. We got a lot of folks in here. Uh, let's get let's get John. Some of these new faces. Let's get John in the building. John in the building. Then we'll get Stephen, John, then Stephen. Y'all raise your hand if you're ready. If you're ready to speak, raise your hand. Let's get John. John, go ahead. John, go ahead, brother. Unmute your microphone, John. And while we're waiting on John,
Hello.
here we go. What's up, John?
Hey, what's up? I am from Africa.
Not with that accent. That's not a real African accent, sir.
I
That's
am
not.
from Nigeria. I'm Igbo. I eat
That's not. That's not a real African accent, sir.
I eat bushmeat and I eat egusi on.
Okay. Okay, John. Well, thank you so much, John. All right. Let's get Bear Cop. You ready, Bear Cop? All right, Bear Cop, are you ready? Hop in. Unmute your microphone.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's happening?
Uh, why you are always alone? Why you don't have a co-host with you?
Why I don't have a what?
I'm sorry, this was my question. A co-host.
I don't have a who?
Co-host.
Oh, a co-host?
Yeah.
I don't need a co-host. Why'd you ask that?
Uh, Never mind. Just asking.
Well, did you want to be the co-host?
You wanna give me a co-host?
Did you want to be the co-host?
No, it's your space, bro.
So why did you ask why don't I have a co-host?
But because you said something about shutting the FBI, and you know,
Okay. Are you smoking some
no, bro,
mala and meth? I mean, what are you smoking, sir?
nothing, bro. Are you want to go down?
What you're from not Nigeria, you're from like Pakistan or India. Where you from?
Well, I was born in Egypt.
You're from
Do I need to? We can talk. I'm making cafe right now. We can talk later in 5 minutes.
I,
So that's all my question for now. We have your space to talk.
man, get your high musty ass off my phone. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh Lord, you're not gonna call up talking musty and high. Stephen, hop in, man.
Hey, what's good with you, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Stephen. How are you?
I'm good, man. Hey, yo, so sometimes you have people like Elon Musk who think they, because he got all that money, thinks he knows everything. I don't know if I necessarily agree with what he's saying, but descendants of slaves and all that, like you were saying, man, that could get people to try and latch on to America's trying to do, like the black Americans or FBA is trying to do out here. So, you know, and then that Kendrick thing, that whole Kendrick thing, people were going after. I don't know if people remember, but when that beef first started, when they did the back and forth this year, when Kendrick was not making anything, he was, Drake was being an antagonist. trying to rush them to get, come on, we're waiting. Another week has went by and all this and that. Another week has went by, and then when he came out, then he started crying after he came out. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody remembered that, but yeah, it just went into a whole 360 because the man thought he was gonna Meek Mill him, and everybody was celebrating him when he did what he did with Meek Mills.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, man. Well, Dan, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Let's get Roberts in the building. Roberts.
Harold. Let me introduce myself. I am an ape. I hold AMC. I'm a shareholder with the stock that has been manipulated and is been beat to death. But your title caught my attention here about the everyone descended from slavery. I believe that we are still slaves, right? In a new modern way. I've had no idea I was gonna learn as much as I learned and I know now. Uh, Digging into the system, into the stock market was not a thing that I was doing until
Dig your ass out of here. All right, that's what you're gonna dig. All right, we're not gonna have Mayo babble or whatever. We're not having that. I don't know what you're talking about. And you're not just gonna call up here babbling mindlessly. You can go babble somewhere else. All right. You're not gonna do that. We ain't sitting up there, you know? Man, good freaking grief. All right. Let's see. Let's get some more people up here. Let's get some more folks in here. Let's get Black Clark Kent in the building. Clark Kent in the building.
Yeah, how you doing, brother? Tariq calling from Pittsburgh, PA, bro.
What's up, brother? How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I think it's funny how somebody like Elon Musk say, we're the voice of free speech, we media now, and then the first thing you do when people is paying attention to you is spread something like this, try to water down our culture. As
Yeah.
usual, you know what I mean? And I
Uh,
just think that's kind of hilarious that every time a white person get to a position of power, the first thing you do is try to belittle our culture.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a real funny style thing. It's all eyes always on us. All eyes always on us, man. And speaking of that, did y'all see Myron Gaines? And I know he does a lot of stuff for clout, but he did some video ranting about black women and how black women are undesirable, all this old weird stuff. I'm like, good. This dude must have been dissed by some sisters growing up because to have sisters just on this dude's mind rent free, this dude has a bug in his ass about foundational black American women. This dude, um, because I guess he comes from that culture where, they be forcing female circumcisions, they stomp down on women. And FBA women don't really play like that. They be checking these guys and they can't really do nothing because you damn sure better not run up on one around a real one or some real brothers. You ain't gonna do that. But some of these FBA sisters be checking these dudes, and I think they just got a bug in their ass about them. It's a real weird thing with these guys. Um, should I get RJ the tell? Let me get in here. Let's see what he has to say. RJ has to do his regular thing. RJ, what's up, man? What's up, RJ? All right, RJ is getting a Postmates order in real quick. He'll be back shortly while we're waiting on more.
Yo,
Oh,
yo,
there he is. Oh, he went on and made that delivery and ran back to the car. What's up, RJ? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
First off, I want to defend the dead, the greatest of all time, Michael Jackson. All
Oh,
right, I hate when anyone compare anyone to Michael Jackson. The Beatles, Chris Brown, past, present, future. I don't give a damn. MJ is the greatest, right? And I love Fela Kuti. We have our greats in Africa too, but MJ is the greatest. He has the widest range from Smooth Criminal to Earth Song. MJ is the greatest. So that aside, yeah, Drake is just being a sniveling, cowardly little slime ball, as far as I'm concerned. Remember that slavery remark he made during the beef?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't take the likes of Drake seriously at all. He's just being petty, he's being childish, and he's never said anything about justice, and said anything about social issues. You can't get that big and say nothing about social issues. The greatest MJ, he said stuff about social.
Yes, indeed. Oh, your phone went out, RJ. So thank you for the call. Let's get Stan in the building. Big man Stan.
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good, Stan. How are you, sir?
Doing good. Out from Nashville, man. So this is something I wanted to ask you about because I know you and this guys have had talks before. He was on his podcast, him and Charlemagne. Your boy, alt-right Andy, man, he is kind of feeling like a hit dog right now. Kendrick had said some of his first song about how white comedians need to keep black women out their mouth.
Right.
And Andrew seems to feel like he was targeted, even though Kendrick wasn't even talking specifically about Andrew. He was talking about a different white comedian, but Andrew is all up in flames about it now.
Yeah, Gary Owens thought he was talking about him. So
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Andrew Schultz, from what I understand, I think he feels a certain way about it. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, that was pretty much it. Oh, I do have one more thing.
Yeah.
We've seen these tactics before by Drake. When Pusha T applied that pressure on Drake, Drake had no way to come back at Pusha when he came out with Story of Adonis. So you know what Drake did? He sued. But that's it. I'm going to land my plane right there.
My man, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Let's get Nigad in here, please.
Yeah, you can hear me, Tariq?
I can hear you. What's up, brother?
Yeah, so Kendrick just put out that new video, right? Did you see all the symbolism in
Oh,
it?
yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, he had the red, black, and green. He had Isaac Hayes. It was a lot of strong symbolism, Drake ain't got no chance. He's done.
Oh, yeah. It's a wrap.
Yeah,
and they're trying to get in front of this thing before the Super Bowl, because it's really going to be a wrap. To have the entire planet singing a diss song against you. Let's get Grace in here. I'm eating a cookie from the liquor store, by the way, guys. Liquor stores have the best cookies. I'm eating a hood cookie from a Houston liquor store. Go ahead, Grace.
What's happening, big homie?
I'm good, brother. How are you, sir?
All is well, all is well. I'm out here in Vegas. So is we talking about Kendrick or Elon?
Either one. What you want to talk about?
Elon, man.
Go ahead.
Elon. So yeah, I seen the post, right? And I'm trying to I put it like this. He talked too much. He talked way too much. I say just let it keep on talking, big homie. He just letting it all out.
Oh yeah.
He opened up a door for us, right there. He said we all descended from slavery. His people were slave owners. That's basically what he was saying. That's how I took it. That's how I took it. So I don't know. Just let it keep on talking, big homie.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, he just opened up a door for us. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Let's get some more folks in here. Let's get Spirit Wonder. Spirit Wonder in the building. And then Real Jesse James in the building. Real Jesse James, hop on, brother. Real Jesse James or Spirit? What's up? Either one.
Oh, okay. I can talk.
Go ahead, Spirit. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? Man, I'm from LA and everything. I want to speak on this this Drake situation.
Go ahead.
All right. First of all, that was like the most hoish he could ever do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because because it seemed like he was bitter. Well, okay, not like us has been buzzing for like 7 months straight, right?
Yeah.
And like, all right, now this latest drop was my Gen X, and this thing right here was so monumental. I think Drake really got jealous. And
Mm.
like, yeah, I think the jealousy started brewing over and it started really getting to his head. And he was like, damn, I gotta do something. So out of desperation, he did something, try to contrive some made up thing, like, oh, okay, they messing with the numbers, that's why I got so big. All right, let me tell you something, right? I was doing work at the Dignity Health. That's where the LA Galaxy, the soccer team, that's where they play at, right?
Yeah.
Now, I was over there. As soon as I walk up, they playing Reincarnated. They playing something from Kendrick's album. I go in there, it's like the whole stadium is full. They play at least half the album in that stadium.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, every time LA did score a goal, they playing Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's a straight Drake diss. And I think really because it's a diss, but the impact of the song went well beyond it just being a diss because everybody around the world was gravitating to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and things like that. When you somebody as big as Drake, and you've been the for so long, like over a decade straight, or 15 years at least, like, it's gonna really start getting to your head after you've been told you 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 could do no wrong. You probably got all these yes men, and then all of a sudden, this bomb dropped, and this is after the Meek Mill beef, because I think he did pretty good doing the Meek Mill thing, but this one he wasn't really coming how Kendrick was coming, because I didn't even expect him to even like come the way he come, because when he did that verse for Metro Boom in the future,
Mm-hmm.
man, I told people, look, he didn't even like come as he didn't even his lyrics wasn't as hard as I knew he could have came. You know what I'm saying? I knew he could have like went harder than that. I was like, all right, that's a cool verse. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, it's jumping. You know what I mean? Got people onto it. But I was like, yeah, as far as like a diss, I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. But then that back and forth came, and people really really was gravitating to Euphoria, to what I'm saying, 6 p.m. in LA, and Meet the Grams, and the only thing Drake had was Family Matters. That was the only diss record he had that I really liked, though. But
Right.
I'm not.
And thank you for the call, brother. And that's the thing. It was the timing. See, the thing is, when Kendrick came with "Not Like Us," he was the underdog. Also, he knew how to cater and really shout out the grassroots. So the black grassroots was very supportive of that song, and the streets was rocking with Kendrick, and then the song crossed over. So you got the crossover crowd and the streets rocking heavy, and not only Not Like Us became a sports anthem, uh, an FBA anthem. It was just a very iconic song. And Drake has never had a real street anthem. Definitely not an anthem for the lineage, because Drake is not from the lineage. That's another thing. This is the middle of a delineation movement too. And Kendrick was killing him with the whole "you come down to Atlanta where the slaves were" and whoop-de whoop, and just going in on him and using Drake's own lyrics against him, and also hitting Drake with the sexual stuff, because remember, right around the time of the beef, what was Drake doing? Drake was leaking videos of himself doing a little weird stuff. Let's keep it a buck. And I like Drake as an artist, but Drake was doing some real weird stuff. You understand? He was doing some weird stuff. So yeah, this, the timing of all of this was very, very interesting. All right, let's get Hakeem Taylor. Mr. Hakeem Taylor, hop in. Hakeem?
Hey, what's up, Flex?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, I'm just gonna speak on this Drake and Kendrick thing.
Yeah.
Um, I think Drake he's whining, man. Because from what I remember, like I was getting mad because it was a whole lot of people not with the lineage, and they was doing memes, TikToks, and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody
So
was on it. It wasn't just us. Everybody was on that thing. Everybody was on that wave. All right. Let me get a couple of more calls because I got to rest up because I'm still a little jet lagged from traveling. I'm out here in Houston. For those who don't know, let me get one more call. Let's get Jose. I hope is a good call. Jose, what's happening? Jose, go ahead, brother. Unmute your microphone, Jose.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, Jose?
Okay, Flex. Okay, Flex. Thanks for getting my call.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. First, I'm gonna start by naming you know how Kai Cenat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know that streaming is a big thing right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a streamer. I'm saying this because it's gonna make sense. There's a streamer named XQC, right? He was the biggest streamer on Twitch, which is the platform where Kai Cenat right now is streaming.
Okay.
He was the biggest streamer in 2021 and 2022. Now, on 2023, he signed with a platform named Kick, right? That's the same platform that Drake signed with, right? So yesterday on November 24th, Drake was doing a live stream with XQC, and he said this. This is verbatim from what he said. He said, "You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it." And what everybody got from that is, I think Drake is really pissed with the fact that Kendrick basically called him a pedophile,
Right.
and he's framing the whole narrative of him being a pedophile. Now, moving forward with what's going on with like the him suing the record labels. Now, there's only three major labels. That's uh, UMG, Universal Music Group.
Mm-hmm.
That's run by Lucian Grange. He's a small hat, right? The other one is WMG, Warner Music Group. That's run by Robert Kinsel, another small hat, right? The the last one is Sonic Music Group, is run by Rob Stringer. He's not a small hat, but if you look at the executives and basically everybody of the executive vice president, senior vice president, you know, everybody except the CEO is basically small hat, right? So, and before I continue, I just want to mention this: the United States government has never been the United States government has never gotten a small hat president. That doesn't mean that the United States government doesn't. It's not a slave to Israel, right? I'm just gonna say that, right? So when Flacco, like 2 hours ago, said Drake finessed them crackers, right? And then he said, I think that's a cop out because I think, do you think Caucasians in the Midwest control Drake? So when Flacco said like the crackers run Drake, are you saying the guys in Iowa, in Montana, like the guys in West Virginia, like those are the guys that really run Drake? And now let's move forward. I say this. A couple years ago in 2016, Lil Pump, he I'm gonna read this from, like, I got this from the web. It says Lil Pump's major label contract with Warner Bros. Record has been voided in court. Billboard reports the rapper is now a free agent after it was ruled that he signed the deal when he was a minor and that he was never certified by the court. According to the report, Pump was only 16 years old when he signed to Warner. Okay, so basically, Lil Pump, just like I'm forgetting the name, but basically, Lil Pump signed a big ass deal with Warner Brothers for millions of dollars, and then he got really good lawyers, and then he basically got out of the contract, saying
So,
like, "Yo, when I
uh,
signed this,
you,
I was six."
you got to tie all this in because you're just saying a bunch of stuff. You went into some stuff about.
Okay, my whole point is this. My whole point is like the fact a lot of people yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sipping. My bad. Flex. I'm gonna make it real concise right now.
You
My
just
whole my whole point is this. My whole point is this is that um Drake is not suing them for like a crazy reason. What I'm trying to say is like there's only three major labels, and it's I 100% believe that it's not because they hate Kendrick or they hate Drake. It's 100% because Drake is at a point where he can claim a lot of money for his next big deal. And the thing is, like, a lot of people think like there are many record labels,
slow
but
down,
at the
slow
end,
down, slow down. Okay, what was the point of you bringing up talking about all of these small hats and all of that? What did that have to do with any of this?
okay, okay, my main point is this: these people is only like three big companies, and even though normal people like us think Drake is a big wig and he can say whatever he wants, at the end of the day, he's really nobody to the three companies there are. So it makes sense. Let's say if Drake is coming to the end of his contract, right?
Okay,
And
hold on,
he,
hold on. What was the point of you bringing up small hats? What was the point of that? You didn't. You just never tied that into.
no, this is what I'm saying. No, no. Okay. The like my main point is this: there's three companies, right? So if Kendrick puts out a song, right, and in the song he's calling Drake the P word, right? That's that's like a if he if he calls him a P word, right, and they push that song in every streaming site, that makes Drake when he comes to the table to renegotiate his contract, right? Because after like 6 months, 8 months, a year,
Damn,
the
man.
percent.
Okay, okay. All right, that's enough. You're just talking in circles. All right. We're not doing that. You start mentioning something, and then when I say elaborate on it, you talk in circles more. You kept mentioning small hats. This label is run by these small hats. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? How's that information relevant to any of this? It's not. He just wanted to throw some BS in there. So you got to watch out for cats like that. Let's get insane her. Insane her.
Hi, Tariq. Yeah, I just jumped on just then. I saw someone talking about the small hats. It's clear, and it's becoming clear to everyone now that the Jews are basically running everything. They're 60% Arabic, 40% white, so they're not even white people, as most black people try to claim. You can ask ChatGPT for that, and
Stop,
they basically run everything.
stop. Then define what a white person is. Then what makes a white person white genetically?
It's just the European genetics, but Jews have only got 40% European genetics and 60% Arabic genetics. So that's what makes them sort of you could say, a mixed race people. Um, but it's Jewish supremacy, and I just wonder why black people won't call that out, and they keep pretending it's white supremacy when whites are not anywhere, not even near the top, but Jews are on the top when you look at a lot of the metrics like average wage earning, and average wealth, and all these things. And whenever you look at all the
And
power positions, it's
name the
controlled by Jews also.
and name the Jewish president, since the Jews are on the top. Who is the Jewish president of the United States?
I don't think they've had a president yet, but if you look at a site called Open Secrets, it's got all the list of the biggest donors to the Democrats and the Republicans. And I looked through to Wiki, and 10 of the 14 at least on both sides are Jews. So they control both parties and make them fight each other. They also have hundreds of lobby groups, and then they won't allow whites to even have one lobby group. If they do, uh, they call them white supremacists and Nazis, and won't let whites form any. So they got all that sort of power as well. And with that, they push their interests and get more Jews into corporations and all sorts of things. They're able to bully corporations and institutions and get more Jews in there.
Okay, so since the Jewish people are smashing down on you so heavy, why do y'all always whine to black people about that instead of whining to them? You guys from the dominant society, you're always in our spaces trying to convince us how evil the Jewish people are. Why do you guys come in our spaces so much?
Well, we do mostly try to tell Jews. Well, we do attack Jews mostly, but it's just that I think you guys, black people, should. You're the most hoodwinked by the Jews in a way, because black people just won't wake up to this and just keep pretending it's white supremacy. Like, if it's the case that it's Jewish supremacy, why don't you say that to your people?
We're not pretending anything. There were laws. And white supremacy is a term that your community brought to us. That's not us pretending. They told us they were white supremacists. They were the ones writing books about white supremacy and putting laws on the books using the word white supremacy. You were the ones who were creating the Supreme Court decision of Dred Scott, which said the black man has no rights, a white man is bound to respect. And they kept talking about the superiority of whites and the inferiority of black people. This is not us making this up. This is stuff that was in law, and now it's in common law because it hasn't gone anywhere. They just took it off the books, but it's still common law. So how's that make?
Oh, yeah, well, I guess in the past, like in European societies, I guess they would think that. And when you have other groups come in, then they're going to want to maintain their control of the society, because if they built it, for instance, you saying that because whites did actually build America, because it looks like all the European countries. I know you say that slaves built it, but slaves were less than 10% of the population, and 90%, so 90% of the workers were white, and also the managers were white.
Slow down,
And
slow down.
yeah,
No. How come
so it's
slow down?
understandable that they want to protect
No,
that.
no, slow down. You're not going to say that real fast and then dip. Hold on, no. Europe really didn't get itself together as far as infrastructure until like after the 1700s. Europe really didn't get it together till after the 1700s, sir. Europe was a crap hole, and this was
Yeah, oh well, they took but wherever white societies are now, if you have a look, nearly all of them are first world, and nearly all black societies are third world, and the brown societies are third or second world.
wait, no, because we got to wait. Let's be real. Like I said, before the 1700s, Europe was a crap hole. Europe wasn't really popping like that, sir. All right.
And in the past, I'll give you that with the white supremacy or whatever, yes, in their countries they did want to maintain a white supremacy. I'll give you that, and I think black people would want to maintain a black supremacy in their
No,
countries
we
when
don't.
they're the majority.
We don't. We don't want to have an unjust system because that's based on insecurity. Black people, especially foundational Black Americans, everything was about justice for us and fairness. In our society, even now, in foundational Black American culture, kind of unjustly dominate. That's looked down upon. Harming somebody unjustly, that's looked down upon. That we don't relish in that. That's not nothing we celebrate.
Yeah, I'll admit that. I think every group did unjust things in the past. I mean, Africans were slaughtering each other. Black people were genociding each other and enslaving each other, and everybody else was too. Like it's not, and so just the fact that whites in that case, all they're doing is, well, they put in laws for segregation or something. And I don't know all the details of the laws of segregation, but they're probably not nowhere near as unjust as a lot of things of the past that everyone was doing. So what?
No, the whole well, everybody was being racist, so we ain't so bad. No, that excuse ain't gonna work. The white supremacists told us in very explicit language how supreme they were. And these weren't just little hillbillies. These were people like Thomas Jefferson, who wrote about how superior white people were in his book, Letters to the State of Virginia. Abraham Lincoln went on and on about the superiority of the white race. Andrew Jackson, all of them, Benjamin Franklin, all of them had a bug in their ass about letting people know how supreme white people were. And there were books and signs that they would put up going on and on about white supremacy. That's your term. Even the white feminists were talking about how they're going to maintain white supremacy with feminism. So this is their word. This is not a myth. We're not making it up. See, y'all want to play the game but escape the name. No, keep that name because all of this other stuff is just another form of white supremacy. White supremacy
Well,
is not going away. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of people who think that black people are superior. Like I've gone to Re-Up's side. I think he's your friend, maybe, and he says black. He feels superior, and black people are sort of superior. And maybe you think black people are superior too. I'm not sure, but they just saw certain metrics and thought, oh yeah, whites are good at building societies and things like that. And so I guess they put it on that. And to protect your own people, I think it's all right to tell your own people that they're good, but and say good things to your own people. I think.
Well, yeah, your phone is being a little janky, sir. So unmute your phone. I didn't do anything to your phone. Go ahead, you can speak. And yeah, before black people got down with you in those colonies over here, the dominant society, they didn't create anything. They didn't create nothing. They were over here dying off, just like they were in other places. And it was the foundational black Americans that were the labor force that really got this thing popping. We were the labor force, the cultural force, the whole shebang. All right. I wanted him to stay, but he bounced. I guess he didn't work out all of his troll material. But yeah, I wanted to chop it up with him a little bit more. All right. Anyway, you know what? Let me go to bed. What's up? I see Wani down there, Professor down there. I see you guys. All right, but listen, everybody go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com if you want a real good game, especially for your youths. Get the book Hidden Heroes from A to Z at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Also get the deodorant Rootwork at rootworkstyle.com. All right, don't forget to get that. Rootwork at rootworkstyle.com. Let me get this one other person here. Wait. Hold on one second. Why does this cop bear person keeps trying to get in? I don't know why you keep trying to get in, man. All right. All right, man. I'm up out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Puppy Akute, Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.
Hi, I'm Mateo. Do you want to learn about Hidden Heroes? Hidden Heroes from A to Z is a cool book that tells the stories of amazing black heroes you might not know about. You'll meet inventors, you'll meet explorers, and leaders who changed the world. It's fun, inspiring, and you can learn so much. Get your copy now at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Let's discover our hidden heroes together.